The difference between someone struggling as seen in this video and someone who is really comfortable and efficient in freestyle, like here. It's of course their swimming technique, but let's go a bit further. We'll see what you can do to be a bit more efficient, like in the second video, what you can do with your arms and your posture to be more horizontal and therefore streamline in the water. So, lower the brakes, spend less energy, and inevitably, in the long run, swim faster. What you could see in the first video is someone swimming in total opposition, but especially in constant opposition, which is a big problem. You see, always having one arm above, one arm below, one arm in front, one arm behind, and always turning the arms with a propulsion time that is way too long and a glide time that is way too short. Let me explain. Always having one arm for a very long time above the water while the other is underwater makes the feet sink. Also, having one arm for a long time between the shoulders and the feet, always in the direction of the thighs. This means that having the arms here makes you sink much more than having both arms in front. Hence the interest and why all swimmers use it, as you saw in the second video with Nathanael, a front quadrant swimming, with both arms in front of the shoulder line, and with the arms spending less time above the water than in the water, or even under the water. By the way, underwater, the arms spend a lot of time gliding. That's what you need to aim for. It's a consequence of your swimming style, the exercises you will do to progress technically. So that's the big difference between the two people you saw in the video. Now, I'll try to give you advice in this video so that you too tend towards this type of coordination, this type of swim, for a more efficient freestyle, faster, and spending less energy. So, the first point, absolutely work on preventing the feet from sinking, because there, it creates breaks. How to bring them up a bit more to the surface. Not totally on the surface at the very beginning. The idea is really to bring them up gradually over the weeks. We'll talk too about the principles of Raymond CATTEAU. Raymond is a great technician and didactician of French swimming. A technician I learned with the sensory method. In short, one of the principles tells us that you really need to elongate, to grow yourself as much as possible, both in front of the body, okay, by the head, not with the neck stretched, but also by the feet. That's what we often forget. Really stretch your toes. So yes, you need to move, you need to have kicks, and all, you'll tell me, but let's start with a very simple exercise, even if you swim in open water as a triathlete or something. No matter whatever happens, you absolutely must start with this. It's on this exercise that I also base my progress with my students, whether they are triathletes or just swim in open water for pleasure. So, the first exercise, simply the gliding exercise. It might seem a bit silly, but honestly, I recommend it. The idea is to place your body like an arrow. I explain everything in the link in the description if you want to download 3 basic exercises with ready-made sessions, including the magic palm exercise. So, just join your hands and be careful if your hands fall toward the bottom. It's a sign that you need to work on your shoulders mobility. Really try to elongate your arms in front and also your head, or rather your neck. Then, you push well, you stretch your toes well. While maintaining this position, you will move forward and you will manage to exceed 5 meters, a good goal to start with. And even if your feet sink a little, don't think about it. Keep the posture and let yourself glide. Pierre's feet are not completely on the surface either. The idea is the sensation that you will have to keep during the swim afterward. This exercise will help you make yourself taller, bringing your feet to the surface in the swim, but also putting the second stage of the rocket, alignment, before putting the third, fourth, and fifth stages. All this to be more and more like raw spaghetti, as I like to say, to better build your boat, to build your foundations, because that's what allows you to better pass through the water, as Raymond would say. Because if you go in all directions, you lose the energy of the propulsion you send with your arms. In short, it's simply harder to move forward, and it can be exhausting. That's why people sometimes tell me, when I swam 2:15, I could be out of breath, and now I swim 1:55, 1:45, or 1:30, and I make less effort. Second exercise. As you can see in the first video, the legs move a lot, the arms turn like a mill, and it's just tiring. So the idea will be to learn to control your exhale. We often talk about inhalation, arm placement, etc. But the first thing to do before working on inhalation is to exhale the right volume at the right intensity. To start, do it over 3 strokes, then over 4 strokes, then over 5 strokes, etc. The more you go up, the more you are in control. And the more you are in control, the more you manage your energy. Even if you have to stop at each length at the beginning. That's the basis. You blow, you blow, you blow, you stop, and you repeat. Again and again until you can do a full length while blowing, but without inhaling. This allows, in addition to fixing your head to toe placement, to regulate your exhalation. Because if you blow too much air compared to what you can inhale, at best, it will take you time to breathe with your face out of the water. At worst, you will quickly get out of breath. So, start doing this over 25 meters, 50 meters, even if you have to take breaks after each length. You need to learn to control what you are doing, to exhale continuously and in control. This is a job to do regardless of your level, because when you manage this, you can then manage the gradual exhalation, which helps you to accelerate the water more and more intensely with each movement to glide better and better afterward. Because the more you accelerate the water intensely and progressively, the more you progress. The better you are, the more time you will spend gliding, and the less time you will spend propelling yourself. One last thing, know that a progressive exhalation connects to muscle contraction. So the more you exhale intensely, the more you accelerate the water strongly, and the more you create speed. All of this based on the volume you can inhale, of course, as I mentioned earlier. So, I hope this video will help you as it has helped tens of thousands of French speakers. You can get the 2 exercises I talked about directly with the link in the description. You'll have ready-made sessions with these exercises on video. You also get a third exercise, the magic palm exercise, that will help you adopt a better position in the water almost instantly. Many of my students have even immediately gained a few seconds per 100 meters with more ease by making fewer strokes per length. I wish you excellent progress and good gliding. See you soon.